Muzza, first week of pre-season officially complete. Obviously, I know it was a little bit delayed last week due to the weather, but it is what it is. You've had your first week with the lads. How's it been? How's it got going?
Oh, they've made a good start. Training's been really good. The intensity, enthusiasm, camaraderie between the players and the coaching staff. And we've really made a positive start this week. Got through loads of things we need to get through. Obviously, it's a brand new team, so all new calls, all new points for play-off, all new defensive stuff, all your in-tattle talk sort of words, your buzzwords, all that sort of carry on. So, yeah, the lads have really bought into it, really good numbers and really trained hard, so really happy with the start.
I imagine that as it's a brand new team, and obviously a lot of them brand new to the club as well, that I suppose it brings up a unique set of challenges, but also a unique set of opportunities that you get to go from day one. Everything's completely fresh.
Yeah, obviously, a lot of the players are sort of brand new to the club, but they're also brand new to the pro game. So yeah, there's that has its own challenges in itself. But the players are like sponges; they're soaking all information up. The talk is good, the enthusiasm's good, and they're the focus points for me. The plays and the little in-tattle talk things that they need to pick up on that'll come over time. I just want the enthusiasm to be, right from the off, to be where it should be, as high as it can be, and that's where it's been. And everything else, it'll get better as we keep going and they keep learning more things, understanding what's expected. So yeah, but really happy and really looking forward to next week.
In terms of obviously pre-season, it used to be that you had to come back, you had to get fit. A lot of these lads now, obviously, it's a lot more professional. Obviously, a lot of them's coming from the community game, but a lot of them keep themselves fit. Is it a case of now, maybe even compared to say 10 years ago, that you're able to go in straight away with doing the ball stuff and the ball sort of work because these lads have kept themselves fit? Is that what you're finding?
Yeah, I think as well, a lot of these lads got in touch with Lee sort of before the date for us to come back, pre-season training, and they were sort of getting some bits off Lee, but it was important that they don't start too early as well, because it's a long pre-season, it's a long season as well. But yeah, obviously we sort of our games are becoming thick and fast in January, so it is a case of trying to get a balance of everything. You're trying to get your conditioning in, but you're also trying to treat your team prepping as well, because you've got probably a 6 to 7 week block before you hit out for your first game. So it's massively important that you're trying to get all your systems in place as well, in terms of how you want to attack and in terms of how you want to defend. So it's just a case of sort of you're touching over everything really, but trying to get all your points in play and your systems of attack and defence.
I know it's something the club are going to be able to announce over the next sort of week to 10 days, hopefully, in terms of the pre-season preparations, in terms of the fixtures and the friendlies that you're going to have. But how do you see that? Is it a maximum number you want? Are you happy with what you've got? Are there still irons in the fire for potentially more to come in for that?
Yeah, there's a couple of irons in the fire as well, and I think it's just important. We can get as many games as we feel like we need to really through that course of January and sort of leading into sort of February. But you've got the Challenge Cup early as well this year. You've got the 1895 Cup as well. So there's lots of opportunity there to sort of look at those games where we can rotate the squad, look at different players and things like that. So there's loads of opportunity for games to be played before the season starts.
And obviously the fixtures have been released this week. It seems so long away but so close at the same time. A tricky start against up, but obviously they're all going to be tricky games in sort of League One. But going away to Swinton and welcome Keighley, who obviously last season in the Championship, and Keighley, who were expected to be one of the better sides and expected to get promotion last year. So it's going to be a tricky start.
Yeah, there's no easy games in League One, as we know, like you've just sort of touched over, and Swinton are sort of probably in a little similar situation to us, a bit of a rebuild. I think I've looked at their sort of signings and recruitment and what have you, and they're quite young. A lot of players who have played academy and been released from Super League clubs and wanting an opportunity. A couple of senior players they've signed as well, and Keighley will be Keighley, won't they? They'll be having massive aims to want to get promotion this time. They'll be wanting to be at the top of the tree this time and gaining that automatic promotion spot. So yeah, some real tough opening games, but my focus is never really about any opposition we play. My focus is totally on what we're doing, how we're prepping and how we're holding up. So yeah, as much as they are tough games, and my focus will be on what we're doing.
So let's bring it back to us, what is the next sort of 6-7 weeks going to look like for Anthony Murray, Neil Fraser, or your backroom staff and the players? What's going to be going? What's happening over the next 6 or 7 weeks?
We've obviously got lots of things planned through pre-season. Can't go into too much detail. Don't want to let the players know too early. We've got quite some fun things coming up as well. We're just training hard and getting to know each other. We're just trying to build a real good atmosphere between one another, where the players care about each other. They know the coaching staff care about them, and they know they're in a good place that they can speak to any of us if they've got any issues and things like that, which they shouldn't be. And just an environment where people want to be and enjoying what they're doing, but also really working hard as well and buying into the culture of what we're trying to create here, which is just being at this club, being an honest person, a good person, and working as hard as you can for for the club and for your teammates.
And you mentioned there about the culture. I know yesterday evening you were down here for the sort of sponsors event. You spoke about what you're going to expect from the club and the squad and everything from this week. And from what I'm told, it went down well. So obviously good to see that the club, obviously yours got the on the field issues, but the club's able to start trying to build relationships off the field as well.
And that's massively important. We do that. These next 12 months is about as much as it's about a fresh team out there growing and sort of seeing what your performances are. It's also an opportunity for the club to sort of get forward on the right foot and get forward on a real honest foot, and an opportunity to build up relationships again and build that trust again with people. And it's been fantastic. How we've started. The people who are running the club have been very transparent with me and open, which I'm really pleased about. And it's all positive and moving forward in that right direction, and we'll continue to do that. It's about communication. It's about talking to each other. It's about just being upfront and solving things. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how things are working, and it was great to see people in this room last night as well, and it was great to see the vibe as well, really, from how the recruitment drive we've been is local. And it's really pleasing to see that people have bought into that, and that they're really excited about seeing lads play out in that field. Have been at Kells, or have been at Wathbrow, or have been at Millham, or have been at Egremont, at Hensingham, wherever they've been. It's really nice to hear people talk about. They're excited about to see that, and they're excited to see how these plays progress. But they're also excited about that's how it used to be. A lot of local players in here with a sprinkling of outside players coming in. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm really pleased that the local people are really buying into that, and they like that concept. So that's really good.